Hey everybody, this is Raheem.
Hey, and it's Shannon.
And welcome back to our podcast, X
X
Factor.
Factor.
Probably ain't getting back together, but that don't mean that I can't wish you better. We ain't good, but we still good.
Okay, we're gonna pick right up where we left off with the story of Shannon's revenge.
Dun, 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 dun. So, it probably was revenge. So, I asked him like, Raheem, do you mind watching the baby while I go out? And he was like, sure, no problem. Like he was real cool about it. So I go out and I'm out having the time of my life. He's not really bothering me. He just like asking, "Are you okay?" The normal stuff that you ask somebody that you're with when they go out. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." So I get to my girlfriend's house and I was supposed to go home, but I didn't want to go home because the pulled my fingers back off my phone. That really like ticked me off. So I was like being childish and petty. But also too, I wanted to give him a reason to break up with me and call the engagement off. So I was like, if I don't go home, he's not going to want to get married to me. What human being will get married to somebody who stays out till 6 o'clock in the morning? So that's my plan. Now we get in her house at like 12. We not out all night. So I'm just plotting, just like, oh, he gonna break up with me. The way I'm gonna be called off. Why? Because I know I wasn't ready. That's just the honest to God truth. And instead of saying that, I'm 22, and hey, seems logical to me. So 6 o'clock come, and I go in there, and I'm expecting him to be like irate, curse, yell, like what the that. He is cooler than the other side of the pillow. Nothing. I take a shower. I climb in bed. Nothing. I wake up. He do what he normally do, which is like make breakfast. Nothing. No, he don't say nothing. And in my head, I'm like, he gonna say something. Okay, like time is going, and I'm just waiting for a reaction, and he doesn't give me one. And my plan fails. And what I realize now, 10 years later, is my emotional and my just immaturity period wanted to put the heaviest thing on him because I didn't want to like deal with it. So I like was trying to force his hand to break up with me so I could say, oh, he broke up with me and we're not getting married because he broke up with me.
So I don't know if the plan failed for me. I do know that with that situation, I was pretty much done. The thing for me was people's perception.
Mm-hmm.
And that back then that was like extremely important, like what people want to say, what people want to think. So even like going back to the beginning of the engagement, it was what people were going to say. So I like stuck in the situation just for people not to say anything negative, I guess was my reason. But in that moment, I was done. Like, I just don't think we had that communication thing happening amongst us. Like, things were just happening. We just were like sweeping it under the rug, thinking
For sure.
it was gonna go away, but it was just like piling up, and then eventually it explodes.
Agreed.
But that wasn't a straw that broke the relationship.
No, it wasn't a straw. I did feel like you just in my head, like when you didn't react, I'm like, oh, he loved me. He loved me a lot. Ooh, he in love. And I was saying the same thing, like I love him a lot too. I'm in love too. But how do I say, let's just not get married and just be in love?
So it's crazy. Both people are thinking the same thing and just not saying it.
Insane. So what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
I don't even remember. I'm usually good with dates, but I don't remember the gap between that situation and the next situation. I don't know if there was that argument. I think I had guests over, friends over.
Yeah.
That was a real bad argument. We don't have to visit that. But I think after that situation is when you did the disappearing act.
Yes.
And like for a week was just like gone. Like no communication, no visitation, nothing. Like completely gone.
I was out of there.
And that was tough. Again, people's perception. We had a wedding planner who's like, she was on her thing. Like she was making sure everything within that short frame that we gave her of getting married from the engagement, she was making sure everything was on point. And so that Sunday, I think, was the last day I talked to you, whatever day that was. And then the wedding planner contacted me on that Monday. Like, hey, Shannon was supposed to call me regarding something. I need to talk to her. Have you talked to her? Can you tell her, give me a call? And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. I just talked to her. I'll let her know to give you a call. Lying, but whatever, what have you. So then I'm calling her, texting her, like, yo, the wedding planner is looking for you, or you need to respond to whatever she needs to let you know. Like, even if you don't talk to me, at least talk to her. Like, because at this point, we're still supposed to be getting married. Monday went past, Tuesday went past. I think I did a drive-by during that week. That wasn't successful. Mind you, the following Sunday is when there's supposed to be like this big bridal party meeting. I had people coming from out of state. The whole bridal party is supposed to be meeting for the first time for this big meeting, and it's like I don't even know what's happening, and it's getting
runaway bride
closer to the end of the week, and it's like, so what do I do? And I remember talking to my grandma. I don't remember the conversation per se, but I think she was the first person that told me, like, hey, maybe y'all should kind of cool it a little bit, and what's the rush? Like, is she pregnant? Is this? Is it that? Like, it don't have to be a shotgun wedding. Like, it wasn't like a discouraging message, but it was more so like, think about this. Like, are you sure what you're getting yourself into is what you want to get yourself into? With that message, I decided to contact the wedding planner. That was on like a Thursday. And I was just like, yeah, you can cancel the meeting. You could probably cancel the wedding plans too. Like, I think this is at its end. And that was tough. Like,
oh my God.
That was tough to do. Because it's like, what are people going to say? It's all over Facebook. It's all within the friend groups. It's like, what are people going to say? But it was like, do you care about what people want to say, or do you care about what's happening with the rest of your life? And is this the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with? And those feelings wasn't the same anymore.
Ooh. I mean, understandably so. I feel like the feeling of this isn't the person I want to spend the rest of my life with didn't happen, like, even while we, like, during that week. That was never, like, my thought. I think that argument just solidified 22. You don't have the tools to be married. You never seen anybody married. You have never understood love enough to know healthy and unhealthy and boundaries and all the things. But that Sunday, it was just like, it was two people who didn't love each other arguing. That's where I was just like, oh, we have lost our minds, because we argue.
But I disagree with that. It wasn't two people who didn't love each other.
But we were saying stuff that just was like unkind. Because I feel like we argued before.
But I feel like if I'm arguing with you, then I definitely care. It's when I don't. And in that moment with you coming in, the time you came in, that's when I didn't argue. I didn't care. I didn't not love you. I just didn't care anymore.
Agreed.
So it's the love hadn't left when I called the wedding off. Even with the fight and everything, like the love didn't leave right then and there.
For sure, not for me either.
Yeah, but I called the wedding off, and then who's on my phone now?
Me.
The wedding planner sent out like this group message stating that the wedding was postponed. She allowed us to make the call,
Yeah,
but
she said postponed.
Yeah, she said the meeting was postponed until further notice and blah blah blah. And then here's on my phone, you canceled the meeting? Hello, how are you? You canceled the meeting? Hello, how are you?
He was so cold and like.
I feel like being cold was the only option that I had to detox from you.
And when I seen the message, I'm like, I never said that this isn't who I wanted to be with. I also never said I didn't want to be married, but I also didn't communicate that
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I didn't communicate absolutely nothing. Like my communication was 10 out of 10 would not recommend. But also Raheem, for me, was a person that even if I knew we wouldn't have been, like we shouldn't have gotten married, when we talked like level to level, he was a person that, and it's not a bad thing, he would change my mind. I'd be like, okay, I can marry him. Like that's just the ability that he had. So I know if I would have talked to him on Monday or Tuesday, we would have been married. Me being younger and 22, I don't know how to say that a lot. The healthiest thing that I thought to do was like, don't call him because you are going to be married and you are going to suck. Now, what I wish would have happened 10 years later, where everything works how it's supposed to work, is if I had a person around me that would have said, call him, say it, how you feel is valid, but feelings aren't facts. Look at the facts of the person. You are good enough to be married. You will learn how to be married. You will discover what marriage is. You can go to marriage counseling. Like, I wish somebody would have, and I just didn't feel good enough to be married, to be honest. And I also didn't feel good enough to be with Raheem. So that whole week was just sometimes you just gotta be honest with yourself and sit yourself down and be like, I didn't feel good enough. 10 years later, I know I'm good enough for all these things, but at 22, with my life history and trauma and abuse, no way.
I hear that. Fast forward after the wedding is called. The thing, if we was able to communicate, it would have been a thing as the wedding can be postponed, but the relationship can continue to progress. But I felt like all that week I was fighting, but it was like no opponent to fight with. And then now when the opponent shows up, I'm tired of fighting because I've been in here fighting by myself.
But I'm fighting myself, though.
Yeah, but that was your own personal fight. I was fighting for us. You were fighting with yourself. That's two separate fights.
It is, but I don't think that your fight is less than my fight. I think we're fighting two different things. And even and still, if I called you, that fight within myself still would have had to been fought because I still would have messed it up anyway. Because I would have ruined it.
So you think you projected your fight with yourself onto me?
That's true.
Instead of having a conversation. Meanwhile, I'm trying to have the conversation, but there's nobody to have a conversation with. And then once I guess the fight with herself was over, it was like, all right, now I'm ready to fight with you, but I'm exhausted. I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to do this. And it was like, oh, you're cold, but it was like when I was by myself and you left me hanging, like, what were you?
Because I was crying at everything.
But that was your own personal... I wasn't privy to none of that information. I just know I'm over here texting, calling, doing the things that I'm supposed to do, and there was no answer. So I felt abandoned, and then what is the like you go into survival mode, as you would say, and I now had to protect myself from you, which was somebody I didn't think I would have to protect myself from. But it was like, I can't keep going through this hurt.
And I thought that I was protecting myself from myself while also protecting him from a self that just didn't seem good enough. So
I don't think people know how to healthy fight. I think that's a big problem, and sometimes relationships can be squandered too early because you don't know how to fight.
true, I think that's true, and I also feel like people don't have the right conversations because if you meet somebody and you disclose this, and that, they can help you sometimes with those internal wars that you have within yourself of just like feeling like I'm not good enough for this certain type of love and this certain type of, and also demographic. It's like he had this in comparison to what I had, and some
I kind
of
of always felt like you made me like it was a bad thing that I had these things and you didn't have them.
it
And I honestly didn't know how to deal with that either. It was like, it's like, oh, you're hanging with your family again, or your family's having another event. It's like,
I'm 22.
You keep using that as an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but I'm all right. Let's take 22 out.
I'm 25. I'm not much older.
You're not
than
much.
you.
You're not much older.
At the time, I was 25.
At the time, you're 25, and at the time, I was 22. But I would say it, and I see how I could come across, but I was jealous. I didn't have a family to hang out with. There was nobody really for Raheem to meet. My he met my twin and my older brother there was nobody. He met 3 biological family members. Everybody else were not my family. And he had what I didn't have. So I was just jealous, like, oh, you with your family again? And then 2, I feel like there was also the conflict within myself. I felt like I was trying to fit into a family that didn't belong to me, and I wanted my own little.
But they were very welcoming.
His family was great. Internal conflict I didn't have, so I wasn't used to, and I was jealous.
That's honest.
I get jealous of people now.
That's honest.
Yeah, at 32, going into, oh, you can meet my mom, you can meet my. I'm sorry, I have nobody for you to. I don't have a lot.
But I think at this age, family is who you make them.
Mhm.
So even though they're not biological, you can still have a family that you've created on your own.
For sure, but it's hard to explain to. It's hard to get somebody who grew up a certain type of way to understand a person who is. This might get a little deep. Sorry, y'all. We might cut this part out. Left at a bus stop. Mom on crack. Dad on crack. Foster care. I don't have anything of my own. These families don't belong to me. These families don't even choose me. So at 32 now, sometimes I do get like, ooh, I got. In the future, of course, I'll have to meet somebody's mom or somebody's. Anthony meeting his mom and dad. I was like, oh, this is scary. He hangs out with his family. He does this. I don't do that. And then at 32, think about getting married. My side probably be a little empty.
But your side is who you make it.
True, but it's like, oh no. I mean, I met my dad and my cousins and stuff now. It might be, it's a little be a little fuller now. But at 22, when I thought about who would be on my side in comparison to his side, y'all.
That's not true. You had a good list.
I ain't gonna lie to you, some of them people's made up. Okay? Because his said like 55 and mine was at like 12. and I was not fit. I only had 12 people on my list. With his big old, some of his family probably would have had to sit on my side, no shade, just so we could like do the things of like so it could just look cute. But that's neither here nor there. Like he said, I could see how I came across it. I was like always comparing, but I didn't know any better back then.
True. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the breakup happened like maybe the second week of March.
Mm-hmm.
So we were really only engaged for like a month.
Yep, that's what happens when you propose to yourself, ladies. It don't last long.
We were only engaged for like a month, yeah. So we broke up in March. We tried to rekindle in March.
We did.
And that didn't really work out. I don't think we should tell that story.
Let's not tell that one.
Let's not tell that one. Okay. It's crazy because we really be knowing what we're talking about.
TMI.
Yeah, let's not tell that story. How do you feel? Like, when do you feel like a true friendship happened? Like, how many months, years, or?
I say we've stayed in touch through the years, but I think a true friendship happened after, like, me going through a divorce with my ex. I think that's when a true friendship happened, and watching him step into fatherhood, and we started talking about that, and because over the years we talked, but it was mainly about our past relationship,
and I think there was still like lingering feelings where it was always that what if,
like maybe if we spent the block, because
what if this, what if that,
and we matured, and
right.
We had.
But I think the what if kind of stifled being able to become true friends.
Two things. I guess two things could be true, right? Because I feel like a what if is still.
Because I feel like we've had our fair share of dating outside of each other.
For sure.
I feel like every time it went left, it was like, oh, this is the comfort spot. Like, this might always be here. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I think once we finally let that go is when the friendship could really be.
Yep. And we had other stuff to talk about. Like, we had lived enough life in between the both of us.
Yeah, we went through blocking each other, to not talking for long periods of time,
to unblocking each other,
to blocking again.
I always felt like
boyfriends or ex-boyfriends calling my phone.
Now I said that's now hold on.
Are we gonna share that one either?
No, we gonna. You gotta relax. Don't you get up here and tell it all my business.
Hello.
To doing balloon arches at.
The troublemaker.
Messy. But
I just seen that text message too. I literally just seen that text message.
But yeah, like once we lived enough life in between, and he was like stepping into.
Yeah, I became a dad, what, 3 years ago?
Yes, he was stepping into like being a dad, and Raheem always wanted to be a dad, so it was like that was so.
That's when they want you.
Excuse me.
That's when they want you. Then it'd be too late.
Excuse me. Anyway, I enjoyed watching him step into that because he always wanted kids, and I was like, oh, he's going to be a great dad. But we lived enough life in between, enough relationships to mature, and I feel like being able to be adult friends, and
it's still a work in progress.
It's still a work in progress.
As this week, like it's a work in progress.
He does something.
I think
he agitates me sometimes. Like let me tell you, because no, This thing, right?
Okay.
Where now I just can't call him, like, because normally I just call my friends. Raheem has this boundary. Don't call my phone unless you send a text message first.
I didn't say it like that.
But that's how it, and I'm like,
that's how it comes off, but you never act, you don't.
Why though?
Because it's a boundary.
But
because you can't always just give people access to you. Like,
but why can't I get access?
Because we're still working it out.
We have, see,
and I feel within the 10 years that we haven't been together, we have grown, as she said. However, sometimes you can't fully see that person's complete growth because you still see them at a certain place. I feel like whenever we tried to get back together, it wouldn't work because we always tried to start where we stopped off. It was never a reintroduction. Why did I say that like that? There was never a reintroduction. What?
Reintroduction. Gotcha.
That word. I don't know why I can't say it. There was never a reintroduction of each other.
Mm-hmm.
There was never, this is me now versus this is who I was back then.
That's
on both ends. Yes, it's very true.
Not more.
Even to now, you don't want to respect boundaries. This is who I am now. I have created these boundaries for people in my life to respect, and it's like that wasn't you before. So why is this you now? That's a growth.
And listen, now, because at first I was just like giving him whatever about it, but now I do text and say, "Hey, do you mind?"
No, she did. Okay, you're right.
Now I do text and say, "Do you mind?" But also,
at first she was avoiding them, so she was like, "I'm respecting them by not doing it." No, yeah, you can avoid someone's boundaries and say that that's respecting them.
It just gave eggshells type about, because it was like even before. We would call each other. Like, my whole thing is call my phone. Call me, right. I'm going to answer. If I don't, I'm going to shoot you a text, whatever. So now it's like, let me call and see if I could call my friend first. Or let me call. And it's just like, you know what? Maybe I don't have to share this. I'll just.
For me, it's okay. Like, the communication is okay. It's just, once I became a dad, I have to have a certain clarity of myself for my son.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have work on my brain, and I have a regular job. I run a couple businesses of my own.
He does, ladies.
A couple businesses of my own. So it's like I had to set these boundaries, as in, okay, photography stops at this time. I can't be up 2:00 in the morning answering a photography DM. Work stops at this time. If I leave my job at a certain time, I have to end work because he deserves all of me. Like, I can't be, and it's not realistic all the time, but for as much as I can, I have to be available for him, which has to make me set a boundary for other people. And it's only just text and see if I'm free. That's all I'm asking, as opposed to just calling and I'm in the middle of something and it's not just you. I don't want you to feel like it's just you that I've set this boundary for. Like, it's just people in my life that I needed to set a boundary for. You can't allow everybody to have complete, full access of you all the time.
Agreed.
Yes.
And I understand boundaries because I have them now with just space. Not as strict as his, but I have boundaries in different ways. Now, I'm just a person, call my phone, I don't mind. If I'm not busy, then I'm going to answer. If I do, I'll shoot you a text.
Her phone's always on Do Not Disturb, so you got to call twice.
You do have to call back to back.
Who wants to do that?
People that really want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's too much. I'm going to call once. If you don't answer, then it's just not meant for us to talk.
See?
And sometimes people miss their window. So if there's a window that I'm allowing these calls.
Do you want to know what? So here's the thing. His boundary is send a text first. This is a part. Now, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. It's going to get serious again. It might get cut out. I'm not sure. Why anybody can call my phone at any time without sending a text. Because I lost a mom. Called my phone. My mom passed. I didn't answer the phone. I had this thing. Like, my phone would go to sleep at, like, a certain time, or I would do the same thing. Like, once I'm clocked out, I don't care who you are, mom included, rest her soul, I wouldn't answer the phone. I lost enough people by not choosing to pick up the phone. That is why you can call my phone. If I don't answer, you'll get a text. I'm just very big on like some form of communication because I have experience.
So send a text is all I'm asking.
Right, that's what I said.
Communication.
Right, but that's why the lines of communication. It don't really matter. You don't have to text me if I don't get. But I'm just big on that now. I've lost enough people to know that you can talk to somebody literally 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes later, they could be dead. That's just me. Could be trauma. I don't know. I'm in therapy. That's neither here nor there.
I mean, but there are people who can call my phone. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, I'm not one of them people, and that's fine.
Yeah, I feel like this is where I said that you want to instantly pick back up. Let's get to know each other. I can ask you a question right now about me that you wouldn't know. Multiple. And it could be on the same end because we haven't taken the time to really get to know each other.
I don't think that's true. I agree to what he's saying to a certain extent, but also the conversations that we had. I might not know his favorite color, but the conversations that we have aren't like
no, I'm not saying
surface level.
We have good conversations.
We have great conversations that give me a level of insight of like he's grew in this area, and I'm sure he can say the same for me. Whatever.
That's not what the text messages say, but we'll let you slide for podcast.
That I didn't grow.
That I didn't grow.
No, I said that I can see that he's grown.
Yeah, that's not what the text messages say.
Because in certain instances,
okay.
like, listen, this is next part. Okay. Where are we moving on to? Because
y'all see that?
See. Okay. What do you think was the most challenging part of our breakup?
The most challenging part for me was, I guess, losing the friendship. Mm-hmm. And losing sight of the dream that you start to envision for you and your partner moving forward. Like, it's like that thing is just like crashed and burnt and it's over. Remember I burnt that picture and I sent you that video?
He did.
I'm gonna find that.
He's toxic. That was like, so I'm like, oh, this man's psychotic.
Very Tyler Perry. Okay. Yeah, losing the vision of what you dreamt of for you and your partner moving forward. Like what the wedding was going to look like, the future kids, the future career, the future vacations, and just growing old together with a person. Like that dream just vanished, and that was kind of a hard piece to deal with.
The most challenging part about our breakup was the shame I walked around with. He didn't have to, like...
You don't know.
I felt terrible on my own. Like, I convinced myself.
That's not what you was given.
That's not... Yeah, I'm not going to give it, but I do it in the comfort...
Because you probably don't remember what you was given, but...
Oh, I get very nasty. But that's...
keep receipts.
I get very nasty, but what I did when you get alone by yourself and the things that you can think when you're alone, baby, but that was I was so unkind to myself, so and in return,
to me too.
And in return, I was unkind to him because I didn't tell him. I just didn't tell him the truth.
I want her to read something. She's not going to read it out loud, but she's going to read it to herself. Pay attention to her face.
It says...
I'm the one with the full paragraph, not you.
Oh.
That was deep.
See what did I say? That yeah, we can't tell y'all what it. We didn't tell y'all what it said, but
no, that's between us.
Yeah, I was just unkind.
Very unkind.
I was unkind to him, and I was unkind to myself, and I'm sorry. No more text messages. Next question.
Oh, this was a good one. It's not your question. It's my question.
Okay, your turn.
Take a pause. I need
to drink. Y'all.
Terrible.
10.
Oh, and then remember.
I don't know why most of this gonna get cut anyway, so I'm not even mad. He's not gonna air the whole episode. No how.
That was the one after me? What were you thinking?
Dark times.
Literally.
Oh, you know what?
I was like, oh.
Okay, next question.
Okay, next question.
Are you going to ask me or you want me to just keep reading them off?
No, I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not the next question. Next question is, what surprised you the most about becoming friends again?
What surprised me the most about becoming friends again is how easy it was. And I'm not saying like it didn't take work, but when we get on the phone, we cax down.
True.
We cax down. We have like in our ability to have just life conversations, and I leave like, you know what, hell yeah.
But I feel like that's always been the dynamic of the relationship. Like we were always able to. The easy conversations were good.
We got better at having the harder ones, if you ask me.
They're still difficult.
Yeah, but better. I didn't say we. It's not as.
It still
bad.
gets me. Jesus.
You don't never want to take a win as a win.
We're too grown to take half wins.
A win. There's no such thing.
There are such things.
A win is a win.
A win is not always a win.
A win is it's not as bad as it would have been.
If you win by default, that's not a good win.
One. One.
I don't accept half wins.
I'll take them.
And I feel like she, or we, because I'm not going to place blame, still don't know how to fight effectively.
He wants to be. I want to be. We don't, because I will shut down.
Right.
I'm like, have a good day. See you later, boo.
And then she won't communicate at all. And it's like, because you have to respect the boundary?
But I respect it. I respect them now, though.
We're working on it. It's only been 2 days.
It don't matter.
You can relapse at any moment.
2 days is better than none.
Okay.
What surprised you?
What surprised me? I always got to think about the questions. I should have had the answers. What surprised me about becoming friends again? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. It's a work in progress. But I enjoy where we are, where we came from. The journey is still moving forward.
And the journey is not always linear, folks. It is a roller coaster.
Definitely a roller coaster. You can read the next one.
What do you value most about our friendship now?
The thing is, folks. The thing is, it'd be like every time I think we like got over something, it finds its way right back. And I just be like, you know what? Probably 5 times this week, I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this podcast anymore. She stresses me out.
Same.
Out.
O-U-T.
Like, how can a friendship stress you out so much? Why does a friendship stress you out so much? But she stresses me out.
Sir, the question is, what do you value?
Oh.
Oh my God. Woo.
I value about the friendship.
Now.
I value our talks. We have good talks.
Yes.
Sometimes. Leave it at we have good talks. We have good talks.
What do I value most about our friendship now is it's raw and uncut. I don't think we fake it. And I can appreciate a friendship where you don't have to fake it.
See, she be trying, though. She be trying.
I'm
I'm going to give you a good point, right?
I'm finding it because he wants me to cut up.
No,
So I'm finding it. I'm finding it.
I'm going to give you a good point.
Mm-hmm.
You listening?
Mm-hmm.
She said this week, like, oh, let's wear matching outfits on the podcast, right? And my response was, why? Like, what does that do? Like, I don't want to sell you guys a false narrative of something that doesn't exist. Like, last week's conversation was, like, uncut. It wasn't rehearsed. Now, this conversation isn't rehearsed or anything either. But we got, like, so much feedback and followers on Instagram and YouTube and all that good stuff.
It's
because
cute.
of just a genuine conversation. So I don't want to then become gimmicky for likes when we see what we can do just being authentic.
It's
but
cute.
But look, right?
Yes.
We're matching. And it wasn't planned.
Ha-ta-ta.
You see how, like, this is what I want. I want something that's organic, want something that's just raw and uncut as she say that we are. Mm-hmm. And it just so happened today.
Ta-da!
So when you force things, it don't really work, is what I be trying to tell you.
I hear him.
She hears me today, but she don't hear me when it happens. She
I
shut
know, because I do shut down, because sometimes I just want to match.
But get a man.
I don't have one.
Get one. They don't sell at Walmart. Get you one.
I'm trying. They're terrible.
She's available.
Excuse me?
You're not available?
No.
Yes, you are.
No. Listen, these men, no. Mm-mm.
Different conversation. Next question.
What advice would you give someone trying to maintain? What advice would you give to someone trying to maintain a friendship with an ex?
Boundaries. Don't let them psych you out of your boundaries. Don't let them guilt you out of having boundaries. Set boundaries. I feel like, again, I'll repeat this, our problem was always the what if in the back of each other's head. Get out of a relationship. Okay, I still got this situation over here that's comfortable and could possibly work. Let that go.
Yes.
Let that go. And set boundaries for yourself. And I think that helps us. It can come off as harsh, but even if you had certain boundaries for me, I would respect them.
I don't have any boundaries.
You should. I feel like every person should have boundaries.
I have boundaries. I mean, I say I don't have any. I have boundaries that look different from his. But the advice that I would give for someone trying to maintain a friendship with your ex is be honest, be transparent, and know that if a friendship is what you want, then you go in it just expecting just friendship. Don't go in it with a false, like, don't go in it trying to get something else. Like, I'm going to start off their friend, but I'm going to sneak in trying to be, just be their friend.
And that's what she was doing. She was trying to sneak in.
No, the hell I was not.
At times you was trying.
No, the hell.
You were trying.
Not recently.
As recent as the balloon arch.
Yeah, but that was years ago. So
that wasn't that many years ago.
Negro, she was turning 1.
That was not her first birthday.
Oh, 2.
And she's only what now?
3.
That's
I met a man.
Years ago.
No, I met a man in September, August.
Okay.
And her birthday was in June, so.
You still was trying to get back?
Oh my, y'all. Don't mind, he going to that phone.
He right.
He right.
Okay. Because I can show you.
Don't show me.
You sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
Because
the last question.
It's there.
Is how do you handle feelings of nostalgia or unresolved emotions?
That last part, what that say?
I seen it already. Anyway.
How do you handle, what's that now?
Unresolved emotions and nostalgia.
You look at them as history. Memories, even. I'm like, I hoard pictures, I hoard text messages. It's just a thing that I do.
You clearly see that.
But they are just what they are. They're memories. I don't get caught up on the what ifs anymore. We look back at the pictures and we can laugh, or it lets us think of a time, or think about the moment in time that picture was taken, or stuff like that. But yeah, it was. That's how I handle it.
How I handle it is, like he said, it is. This person is a part of my life story. It is a chapter. It is in chapters. It might be 5 years apart, but it is just a page in a book. And for that person's good. That person or persons in life period gets the utmost respect. The what if, it no longer exists when, I think it just doesn't exist when it doesn't exist. I don't think you should. I think that you shouldn't be somebody's friends with what ifs. But like he said, you just keep it as memories. You laugh, you talk about it, and you reflect on it. But let me say this. This might be off topic. Don't, because our what ifs are no longer there. I'm not discouraging spinning the block. Let me be clear on that, because sometimes spinning the block years later goes absolutely phenomenal.
But with spinning the block, sorry to cut you off, you have to meet that person where they are at that moment. Agreed. I don't think you can spin the block and start where you stopped 5 years ago.
No, because
I'm different, you're different. And I think that's been our problem. Whenever we did try to spin the block, we tried to pick back up where we left off.
I wouldn't recommend that.
And we're two different people from day to day, let alone from years ago. So if you are going to spin the block, I would say meet that person where they are. They're new. People change every day. Like,
have conversations, but also tough ones. Talk about what you need to talk about. But also, too, when you spin the block, and this is me being a reckless, hopeless, romantic, and he's the complete.
She don't know what I am.
I don't know what he is in regards to that. He's correct. But don't put pressure on it. You could spin the block, be with each other one day, and the rest is history. You might spin a block and have to have those tough conversations. Or you might spin a block and it might not feel like 5 years has passed.
I just think I gave her too much time. Too many chances to spin the block. I think I did. And each time you wasn't ready. Or we've never been ready again at the same time.
And that's okay.
That is okay. Don't sound all sad about it.
No, I'm not sad about it at all. That's okay. Life happens. People move on and things happen. And
I think the last time we tried was like my last time trying. And that's when you met your ex-husband.
Yeah.
That was the last. Like, we were like, it's close.
And there I go.
There she go.
Messing it up again.
I mean, but life happens.
Life happenings, people. Life happenings. This is what I have to say. Life happenings.
Thank you guys for watching. This is X Factor.